Okay, welcome to round 3 of our NRL Fantasy podcast, The Number One Rule. I'm Jackson. I'm joined here this week again with Tom. Mr. Sly, how are you?
We're back, better than ever. 6 kilos heavier from ISO, but we're back when we're ready to go.
Oh, that's a good one. We're back again. Today we're going to be going through a bit of a recap of round 2 in not so long ago. So how long ago was it?
Mate, it was about 2.5 months now, so it's looking a bit through the
It's been a struggle with no league, no fantasy. So
mate, I've actually have to talk to my missus. Like, seriously, it's getting unreal. But it's Thursday night, Stone and Wood left hand. It's going to be great. But let's look back and see how we went. Some pretty good scores from us.
Yeah, we did pretty good round 2. You and I think you pipped me.
I got you by a little bit, but nothing by a bit. Well, and again, we'll get into this again. Without you having Haas, you were going very well.
Yeah.
So we'll go first of all. Where are we at with our overall rank? Where are you at, Jacko?
I'm just in the top 10,000, which is pretty yucky. But
a bit early that with your 6,000 there, mate. So I'm not going too bad. I'm pretty happy where I am. Obviously, we said at the last year the goal was to get in the top 1,000.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at the 2,279 mark. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. What was your round 2 score?
Round 2 score was around the 800 mark. Let me just quickly get this up. Was the 887 exactly.
887, yeah, and I got 873. So, I mean, the likes of Tomalolo did as well. Moses, Cleary. And you have Haas as well.
Yeah, Haas with a solid 50, hard to complain about.
Well,
so yeah, it was a good little week 2 for me. So it puts me ahead of our little comp we've got running, mate. So was very, very happy about that. Had a couple of letdowns in that round though with the Jack Williams that we'll get to and Joe Stimpson. But out of that, Happy Coruscant kicking goals for us as well. So
not a bad round 2. Okay, so for the first game of the round, we've got the Mighty Bronx against the Eels Thursday night or tomorrow night. What do you think of this one, Tom?
Mate, it should be a perler of a game. As you know, the Eels are my tip to win the grand final this year. I'm still sticking with it. It's top of the table. Mate, it should be a perler of a night. Great time to get the footy back. In terms of fantasy relevancy, there's a fair bit going on the Bronx side. Not so much the Para side. So we'll go through the Bronx changes. You've got Matt Lodge in the extended bench expecting to come back. So just be wary, like we always say, with the Bronx forward pack, just with the rotation of it all. So big news is as well, Jake Turpin moves to an 80-minute hooker with McCulloch signing with the Newcastle Knights.
Yep.
A couple of big changes. You got Fafita out, which is obviously a big one for listeners as well. And Jamil Hopewade taking his spot. So Fafita's looking at around the 3 to 6 weeks on the sidelines from what I heard. So for me, it's a definite sell.
Yeah, sell, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have him personally, which was a bit of a dumb decision.
I don't have him either, so I'm not that worried.
It was a Lolo or him for me
him.
at the start of the year, so I'm kind of lucky that I didn't have him. He'll probably come into my team when he comes back, but at the moment, if you've got him, I think it's just too much cash to be sitting there for a 5 to 6 week range, so I'll be getting rid of David Fafita.
Yeah, I think the only potential trade-ins from this game, apart from the obvious guns and everything like that, is probably Jamil Hopewade. Break even of -1, 43 points last round. It could potentially be up for some cash rises.
Yeah.
So.
But like we always say, mate, you can't. The security with the Broncos pack there is very up and down. So pick your poison there. Could not be the worst, but definitely I think we'll try and find you some bit more value.
Yeah, definitely. Moving into game 2, we got the Titans, your team, Tom.
The mighty Gold Coast Titans.
Against the boys, the Cowboys. So what do we got? Who's in and who's out? So in, we've got Jamal Fogarty. He's probably one major pickup that everyone should have a real good look at.
Massive raps on Fogarty. I spent a bit of... I was never that good, but at the club with Burleigh Bears, did a couple pre-seasons with him. Great kicker of the footy, can kick goals. Very, very good bloke as well. So I think if he can nail down that 7 spot, you can be expecting some good scores. Scored in the first and only game of the Q Cup, scored 110 fantasy points playing Q Cup.
Wow.
So
that's some stats for you,
right? Yeah, exactly right. So hopefully he can still jag the goal kicking duties. So
One of my guys that I had, Callum Watkins, is out. He's a centre for the Titans, which pretty sad about. Made a little bit of money, but he's actually gone back overseas because of the virus. So, the Cowboys. Who we got from the Cowboys, Tom? We got Morgan and Cooper out this week.
Yeah, so Morgo did have a couple
from that-
others. You shouldn't really have Cooper, really.
Yeah.
A possible one should be getting in, maybe Colin Hess is a bit of a decision there. So, other than that, nothing
much else
too
going on, is there?
fantasy relevant for those two sides, unless you've already got some in, which I wouldn't be getting off too many either, unless you've got the Watkins there that you need to trade out of. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Happy days.
Happy
Nice
days.
easy one. So game 3, we've got Roosters and Rabbitohs Friday night. What do we make of
Well,
this?
should just be a great game of footy, really. Like, just in general, nothing too fantasy relevant. Again, with this game, in terms of like superstars or must-haves or anything like that. Just a great game of footy. You've got James Roberts not named to start. I think that'll stay the way it is. And then other than that, it's pretty much all systems go. You've got Josh Morris coming over to the Sydney Roosters. Orbison was a little bit of a popular choice. He won't be playing tonight. That night, just due to a family tragedy, his father passed away. Other than that,
Most people wouldn't have Orbison anyway, really.
yeah, exactly
Shouldn't.
right. Shouldn't do so. Look, other than that, nothing real. I know you're a Jaden Sewer man.
Yeah, the only thing for me with this game is my holds, which is Sewer and Knight. Sewer's got a pretty good... I think he's got a decent break-even now, so that's why I'm holding him. And then Knight, even though his break-even's not as good anymore, I just want to kind of wait another week and see how he goes. So
Yeah, Knight's definitely a
Holding them.
hold. If you've got other hot problems to do, definitely it's not one to
I think
an urgent fix.
I think if you had Murray as well, he's probably still a hold. You could get rid of him, but
Yeah. Patrick Mogo is a bit of a smoky. Won't harp on him too long, but did some pretty good trial form, so nice to see him come back in the 17.
yeah. Right to go, game 4. Bit of a tough one. The Warriors and the Dragons always chop and change in their teams. These blokes.
When Team List Tuesday comes out, these are the first ones I'm looking at, because honestly, you just don't know who's playing every week. Like, do they want to build some consistency?
No.
Dragons welcome back Cam McInnes, one of my favourite all-time fantasy players. Look,
Yep.
definitely a guy you want to have in your team coming towards final times. Whether you can fit him in with the amount of issues you've got going in your team, probably not an urgent one there. So just be good to see him back playing footy.
Yeah, whether you get him in this week or whether you wait a week and just see how he goes, like he's one we're definitely going to try and get in the long run.
Yeah.
I feel like we both agree on that.
Exactly right.
Especially with Isaac Luke out altogether.
Out of the 17. So Zach Lomax and Braden Williami get their centre spots back. Good news.
Yeah, Williami.
With not a lot of centres
he's a
floating
good
around the league. So, yeah, other than that, you had one of the popular cheapies, Alicia Katoa, moving out of the top 13. So moves to a bench. You are owner, Jacko?
Of Katoa?
Yeah.
No.
So
Could be, but...
yeah, definitely. If he started that, if he
Potentially.
was starting on the black row, you'd nearly have to gobble him up. Just on the 17 really worries you. Definitely could be a lot worse with his break even of a -11, I believe, or something in that ballpark. So, yeah, something to look at there. But again, the Warriors team list at the moment, along with the
It's all
Dragons,
over
are just
the
so
shop.
inconsistent. So,
Yeah. Katoa's got -11 break even, yeah, spot on.
another option you like in the front row for the Warriors, Jacko?
Yeah, I saw him, Jermaine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Jermaine Tanoa Brown.
I believe it's pronounced Tanoa Brown.
Yeah, that guy. He's got break even to 3. He only got 27 last game, but break even to 3 is pretty solid, and he's pretty cheap. So probably the only other options in that game.
Yeah, exactly right.
Rightio, the next one, Sharks and West Tigers. Got some pretty good prospects in this game, including the most sought after guy this round. I think you and I both agree on is Harry Grant.
Yeah, he's a must
have.
Yeah.
He's a must-have.
He's like a dirty kebab after a night out.
He's
it's
a
just a
must-have.
must-have.
What do we reckon?
Yeah,
Who
just
else?
not just exactly right. A lot of noise around the Bronson Sherry departure. So probably brings in. Obviously, you're going to have Dugan at the centres there, Morgan and yeah, exactly right, Moylan at the back. So
Yeah.
no real changes to the fantasy there. I know a lot of fantasy players were keen on Sherry, but obviously won't be doing that there. And probably one of the best performers in fantasy coming up. Alex Twal at 13.
12. Yeah, he's in the top 5 of averages.
If I can figure out a way to get him in, I'll be trying to do that. But
potentially, yeah.
And then on the opposite foot, you've got the other lock from the Sharkies. Jack Williams has been a bit disappointing to start the year.
Yeah, he's a hold for me. Are you holding or selling?
I don't know yet. Depends where my bandage is. I'll put it this way: he's not safe from a trade. Let me give you the tip. So
yeah.
I might be trading him, but we'll get into that in the next couple of segments.
Yeah, one hold for the Tigers, I think, is Billy Walters as well, even though he's on the bench.
Yeah,
definitely still a hold. He's got a break even of -1, so I don't know. You might not want to play him, but I'd definitely still keep him.
So even if just say if he gets a 20 this week,
if he gets a 20, he's still making
26k, etc. Right. So look, he doesn't need a lot of time on the field to get a 20, but look, just something to watch. If you've got bigger problems to fix, I'd be worrying about that later.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for that game. Next up, Storm against the Green Machine, the Canberra Raiders. What do we think? Not too much happening in terms of in and outs, but
a bit similar to the East South game, where it's just going to be a really good game of footy.
Solid, yeah.
Nothing really fantasy wise for the Storm. No changes. Pappenhausen, Holden Pap for now. Look, you just don't know when he's going to explode. Only a break in of 47. You saw what he was capable of last week. If you've got Cammy Smith, congratulations, been absolutely killing it. Other than that, Storm, not crazy fantasy relevance. Brandon Smith, Christian Wells comes back to the side. So,
What's the ETA on Bateman? What do we got?
Well, mate...
We don't know, or...
Jeez, how long's a piece of string? Especially with all this contract talk. I wouldn't be rushing Corey Horsburgh in. I know he was a most sought after guy. I think you've kind of...
he wouldn't be getting Horsburgh yet.
Yeah, if you've got him, hold him for all means. But if you don't have him, probably just hold off a little bit, just because you don't know this whole Bateman thing. Well, second Bateman comes back, he moves back to the bench as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Good points. Next game, Panthers and Knights. A lot of changes in this game. We've got Ponga out for one match. Brayley out for an extended period of time since he's injured. So, replacing Ponga, we've got Tex Hoy at fullback.
Obviously, just a band-aid solution there.
Wouldn't rush in and get him at all. Absolutely. Yeah. If you've got Ponga, hold Ponga.
Yeah, definitely. We got Caleb Aikens remaining at the back there. Bit disappointing last couple games.
Yep.
So, E-Town, Dylan Brown is a question mark as well with a Dylan Edwards, with a soft tissue injury. So, look, again, it's probably not a necessary trade, but look, if you can upgrade, that's what I'd be doing. So definitely an eye out there.
Yeah.
A big couple of guys from Penrith is Kurt Capewell and Isaiah Yeo. Isaiah Yeo has been absolutely killing it.
Has he got the highest
average of 62. I think he's one of the highest averages in fantasy. But again, comes in turn with Luke Capewell coming in, starting in the back row may affect some of his minutes there. Luke Capewell's a big little.
Yeah, you can play Capewell at centre, so he's a good pickup potentially.
Yeah, so Jacko pointed me that out. So look, I'll be thinking about getting him in just to have that extra coverage in centre. Because I'm only rocking 2 centres. I'm not sure if you're doing the same there, Jacko.
Bit of coverage, yeah.
Yeah, Bradman Best, and obviously one that I wish was named in the 18. Still might come in.
Enough of Bradman Best,
Well, Bradman Best, mate, but he's just dual positioned. He's just fits so many holes in his
You just want him to play so bad.
Bloody hell, I do. If he's not, that's why I might be saving the 4th trade, just try and get him in. So Bradman Best, a bit of a tip for mine. Other than that, wouldn't be jumping on crazy for Connor Watson. He's going to be replaced by McCulloch very shortly.
Yep,
Mitchell Pearce had a blinder last game, so we'll see how they go. But good little game of footy there.
Yeah, just two more points. Cleary's obviously out, so we've got Burton replacing him. I wouldn't rush to get him. But one thing I will mention is I'm probably going to play Jerome Luai just because with Cleary out, he's going to have to step up and really take control. So expecting a little bit more from him. So probably not just on the extended bench this week. He's probably going to be in the depending in the 17.
Depending who you have, mate, Luai's definitely not the worst person just to replace Cleary for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
If you can move Drinkwater there, if you've got him, etc. Fogarty's an option, but remember if you've got Cleary, just hold him. There was a bit of a discussion during the week that can you get him back in, but just hold him and just work your loopholes there from your bottom ones there.
Yeah, definitely. And then the last game we'll quickly go through is Seagulls versus Bulldogs.
Seagulls should absolutely put a number on these blokes.
You'd think so, yeah.
In terms of fantasy wise, nothing crazy. You've got
Stimps. I mean, you had Stimson, didn't you?
I got Stimson. He's definitely a trade now.
Yeah.
It was worth a risk in my eyes. Didn't pan out. So he's gone for me. So and big news in the cheapie department that you brought in.
Yeah, Wakeham. Oh, I'm so bloody daggers about him being out, but he still has a pretty good break even. So if you need to keep him, you can. But yeah, in the reserves this week, so I'm not actually sure if he's even going to be getting.
Yeah, well, he's in last name in the reserves, and you've got Kieran Ford.
Yeah, coming back
so
soonish. So
it's probably a sell for me personally. But
yeah, which is a bit annoying. But apart from that, I mean, Manly's looking like Manly usually do.
Manly's one of the comp favourites. If you've got your typical Marty Tapau's, your Cherry Evans, hold them. They've been going pretty good. So Tommy Turbo's a good little cheaper option at fullback, but in that kind of mid-range price. So other than that, not a whole lot of changes there. Wouldn't be jumping on anyone in the Bulldogs pack or anything really. They're just so inconsistent.
Yeah, definitely.
With their performances as well. So yeah, good little game of footy. I will be betting Manly and Tommy Trbojevic for a try. If you want to get on
there's
the
tip.
So there's the tip.
Sly's best bets.
Exactly right.
Rightio, let's get stuck into the trades now.
Yep.
Okay, so moving into the trades now. Who have we got this week, Tom?
So look, a couple
Run us through
options.
who we're trading.
So a couple options for me, just personally in my team. Stimson's a definite out for me. I mean, injury didn't perform either. So Stimson, number one list to be trading out. Zane Musgrove, I know he's a cheapie. You're probably looking at elsewhere. Just hasn't been kicking and was named in the extended bench, so not even guaranteed a spot in the 17. So he's one for me as well. So look, there's not much else you can really say there. Jack Williams is another possibility for me as well, going out. Whether you want to hold him or not is just another question there.
I'm keeping him.
You're keeping him there?
Yep.
Have faith there. Look, that's more than welcome to your opinion. Nathan Cleary is a hold for me. I'll be holding Nathan Cleary, and Caleb Aikens is my another iffy trade as well. Obviously, if you have any other questions with your trades, because obviously let us know in the comments. We'll try and get back to you and on our socials and try and see whether you like it or not.
Yeah. No, they're not bad. One thing to mention, obviously, too, this week you've got 4 rather than the usual 2. And you have 4 next week as well, so...
and you're not getting any more.
Don't go playing scared. If you need to use them, use them.
Yeah, don't be relying on some coming through in the middle of the year. These are going to be the only times when you have those extended trades.
The 4 trades. So this week we've gotten rid of AJ Brimson from the Titans because he's out. Trading him in for Scotty Drinkwater from the Cows to play at fullback. Getting rid of Aikens from the Panthers. Getting Harry Grant in again. Must have. Third off the rank, we've got Callum Watkins from the Titans. We're getting rid of him because he's fled back overseas. And we're trading him in for Williame from the Dragons at centre. There's a bit of centre coverage. And then the last trade of getting rid of Wakeham from the Bulldogs. Again, drop back to that extended bench and getting him or trading him in for Jamal Fogarty from the Titans. So, yeah, in is Drinkwater, Grant, Williame and Fogarty for me, all with pretty good break-evens, all going to make money, hopefully. So, okay, so we'll just jump back in and have a look at some of the break-evens for this round. If you don't know who to trade, we'll have a look and see who's definitely going to make some money. So, Tyrell Fuimeano from the Dragons, on the bench, but he's got a break-even of -16. So he's definitely going to make cash.
Yeah, definitely. More minutes, more cash, obviously. So that's the only question with Fumiano.
We've got Katoa from the Warriors. He's one that you mentioned earlier. Break even of -11. Flegler from the Bronx -6. Then you've got Kotrick and Gula from the Raiders. Both
and you got
-3.
Billy Magoulias at -5.
Yeah. And then rounding off the negative break evens, you've got Jamil Hopewade from the Bronx. So if you're struggling to pick someone to get in, they're all pretty cheap and they're all going to make money. So, yeah.
Could definitely get a whole lot worse there. So, have a look at them and see where they go,
Yeah. Happy days. Finally, let's have a look at the number 1 rules for this week, Tom. So, what have we got?
Mate, so my number 1 rule, I'm just going to stick to the 1 rule this week. Get Jamal Fogarty. Get him, put him in your top 17. I reckon he won't let you down. The only thing that let him down is if the Cows absolutely fire. But last Intrust Super Cup game he played this year, and the only one that's going to be played this year, he scored 110 fantasy points, kicks goals.
Captain him?
Oh, let's not get ridiculous, but definitely put him in your 17, and just see how you go there with Jamal Fogarty.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think my number one rule this week is probably just keep the guys that are injured. Like, keep your guns. Don't really, I guess, side trade them for other guns. Especially people like Cleary and Ponga, who are really going to be out for a week or two. Even though you got 4 trades, don't panic and, I guess, side shift to someone just for the sake of getting another gun in. But yeah, other than that, the only other thing is probably trade in Harry Grant. I feel like everyone's got to have Harry Grant.
Yeah, everyone. If you don't have Harry Grant, just delete the app. Honestly, like, you need him. He's bottom rate.
You got to have him. You've just got to have him.
You need it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, number one rules ticked off. So thanks everyone again for listening. Thanks for joining, Tom.
Mate, happy to enjoy this weekend of footy, and we'll see you next week.
Thursday.
See you guys.
See ya.